Lots of people ask me how to ace their interviews. I know getting an interview is super important for a lot of you, and I just kind of want to help you take the pressure off and give you a few tips and tricks for what you should be looking for in these interviews. People are nervous. Obviously, you're going to be, it's a big step for some of you and potentially life-changing. The number one thing to remember is that an interview is a conversation. So yeah, there's somebody interviewing you, but you should also take this as an opportunity to ask some questions to the interviewer as well. It's so important to just remember that the interviewer is probably a little bit nervous as well. So just try and remember to treat it like a conversation. That's the most important thing. It's really easy to get nervous and forget what you were going to say. This is a chance for you to try and find out if you actually like the job, if you actually like the area that you could be working in, the people that you could be working with in future. Assess that situation and if it's right for you. The most important thing with any interview, any situation like this, is to make sure that you are relaxed. The whole point is to relax and keep it as a conversation. I know sometimes that's difficult, but the easiest way that I deal with it and how I've dealt with it in the past is to just remember that the interviewer is a person as well. Yeah, my cat's playing with my pen. She's always in the way. Yeah, so just remember that the interviewer is a person, and once work is done on that day, when it gets to 5 o'clock, everybody's just going to go to the pub, everybody's going to go and have a beer. Everybody's exactly the same. They are just doing their job. So I get it's important to you and it's a big, potentially life-changing situation, but the more you put these thoughts into your head that this is just a simple situation, there's two people that are probably both nervous, and we're going to go for a beer later, keep it chill, keep it like that, and you'll be fine. They've obviously looked through your CV before you've arrived, but they're going to ask you to talk through it. The idea of this is not for you to be oh, I worked in this job, I did this for 2 years, I like selling, I like making money. Maybe you do enjoy those things and you're just reading from your CV, but the whole point of this question, the whole point of this part of the interview is for you to really show your enthusiasm and display to the employer who you are, how you feel about your past work history, how you feel about your previous employers and what you want from the future kind of thing. Always take that as an opportunity to show off. So just keep remembering that it's just a conversation. It's not the end of the world. Obviously, the interviewer is looking for specific answers and they're trying to find out if you're actually going to say what they want you to say. The whole time you're talking, the whole time that you're keeping this interview as a conversation, you need to be dropping in your positive personality traits, highlighting your skills all the time, what you're good at. Yeah. Yeah, if you find yourself in a situation where you're talking about your previous job, then you want to say team effort sort of thing. We all work together towards a common goal. The whole time that you're highlighting positive things, whether it's about you or about the workplace, a team effort, the better. Even if they don't ask this question, they're going to be thinking, why should we hire you? That's the main question, isn't it? Why are you good for this job? If they actually ask you that straight up, then yeah, show off and you can be look, I'm good at X, Y, Z, and I'm looking forward to developing in this company. I would avoid saying you guys are paying the best, so I thought I'd take that. Avoid negative stuff. Also, avoid stuff that's not relevant. If you're going for a job at a restaurant, then you don't want to be talking about your pet dog. Yeah, it's nice that you have a dog, it's nice that you go out for walks, but it's not really relevant to a restaurant. If a restaurant asks you what kind of person you are, then you want to tell them that you like cooking or something like that. You like to maintain a clean kitchen. Try and keep things relevant. One common question that comes up quite a lot is about confrontations. So they might ask you like how you dealt with a confrontation in the past. Now, a confrontation is like two employees who something goes on. Yeah, maybe it's an argument, maybe it's personal, maybe it's work related. 99.9% of the time this has happened, and you need to try and give an answer about how that was resolved, because they need to see that you understand working protocol. So if something happens, then they want to know that you're going to deal with it effectively, and if needs be, you're going to report that to management or whoever, instead of you being like, this guy sucks, like he's rubbish at his job. You need to address the issue, and you need to say like, oh, I went to the manager and I said so-and-so's not doing what they're supposed to be doing, there on their phone all day, sort of thing. You're not brown-nosing anybody. Brown-nosing, like sucking up to the boss. You're not trying to be that person, but everything always comes back to reality. Now, you want to try and give as many positives as possible. You work well in a team, you get things done on time, you turn up to work on time, you're a team player. Yeah, you can think of some more. Try and get as many positives in there as possible. And when it comes to a negative, try and get a negative in there, because if you cover up a negative, then that is a negative in itself. If you're like, oh, I don't have any negatives, then yeah, you do, because you can't find a negative about yourself. Like, everybody has negatives. So find one, be open about it, be honest, and remember that honesty is the best policy. Make sure you do some research about the company, try and find out a few things, when they were founded, who the main general manager is. If they ever ask you a question like that, then you know that you've got a bit of ammunition, so to speak, that you can drop into the conversation. And they also might ask you where you want to be in 5 years. If this comes up, then you obviously want to be thinking about progression, if that job has progression. Even though you, in your head, might be thinking like, oh yeah, I'm just going to do this job for maybe a year or so, get some money and then go traveling. Like, don't even mention that. You don't want to talk about anything like that. Like, that doesn't exist. As far as the manager is concerned, you're there, you want to work, and you have a 5-year plan for possibly management or whatever it may be. Guys, thanks for watching the video. I want to try and do some more business stuff in future. I'm not 100% sure what kind of direction to take, because it's a very broad subject and lots of you work in lots of different sectors. So it'd be great if you could put a comment below. Tell me your name and tell me what sector you're working in. And if I can sort of get an idea of where most of you are from, I can target my future videos to these specific ideas. And yeah, I look forward to making more in future. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. See you in the next video.